The subaltern doesn't lack a voice. They lack listeners with power. Let's learn about Can the Subaltern Speak? Without the academic fog, here at Chasing Sunsets, where curiosity meets truth. Have you ever noticed how some people speak constantly and still shape nothing, while others say almost nothing and shape history? This video answers a sharper question than it first appears to ask. Gayatri Chakravorty Spivak's famous essay, Can the Subaltern Speak?, is often misunderstood as pessimistic or elitist. It isn't. It's a diagnostic tool. Spivak is not asking whether marginalized people can physically speak. They obviously can. She's asking whether their speech can enter systems of power without being distorted, overwritten, or erased. Here's the value you'll get. By the end of this video, you'll understand what subaltern really means, why representation can silence as much as it amplifies, and how good intentions still reproduce domination. The subaltern refers to people so structurally excluded that they cannot represent themselves within dominant political, legal, or cultural systems. This includes colonized subjects, lower caste groups, undocumented workers, and others whose realities never survive institutional translation intact. Spivak critiques two common mistakes. First, the romantic belief that the oppressed speak in a pure, authentic voice if we simply let them talk. Second, the savior impulse, intellectuals, activists, or elites speaking for the marginalized while claiming neutrality. Both erase agency in different ways. When representation happens through elite frameworks, subaltern speech is filtered into something recognizable and therefore controllable by power. The stakes are high. History, policy, and moral legitimacy are built from what gets recorded as speech. If subaltern voices are only heard through translation by power, injustice doesn't end. It stabilizes. Quick pause. If you enjoy clear philosophy without the fog, subscribe. I post one long explainer and 2 shorts every week. This video is part of my February series on everything Spivak, celebrating her Holberg Prize and her birthday. Philosophy matters when it sharpens how we listen. Power doesn't just silence with force. It silences with paperwork, archives, and categories. Spivak's key example comes from colonial India, the practice of sati. British colonial authorities framed themselves as rescuers of women from barbaric tradition. Indigenous elites framed sati as sacred duty. In both cases, the woman herself disappears. Her voice exists nowhere in the record. This is Spivak's devastating point. When imperialism and patriarchy argue, the subaltern woman is not consulted, she is used. Silencing is structural. Whoever controls archives, legal language, and moral framing controls what counts as meaning. Even today, subaltern voices circulate widely through social media, protests, testimonies. But circulation is not the same as being heard. Algorithms reward clarity, outrage, and simplification. Lived experience is messy. When complexity is flattened to fit dominant narratives, speech becomes performance rather than intervention. Spivak warns, appropriation dressed as empathy is still domination. Listening that recenters the listener is not listening at all. So, can the subaltern speak? Spivak's answer is uncomfortable. Sometimes, but only conditionally. Subaltern speech becomes possible when listeners dismantle the structures that demand translation into elite terms. The ethical burden shifts from the speaker to us. The real question becomes, are we willing to listen without mastery, without rushing to explain, fix, or represent? Because the moment we stop asking who speaks and start asking who listens, everything changes. If this video sharpened how you think, like and subscribe at Chasing Sunsets 49. Take care and bye.